Hello and good afternoon from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, as we have some Sunday afternoon hockey ready for you folks as the Edmonton Dinos get ready to host their Canadian rivals, the Ottawa Mounties. National anthem is over and we are headed to center ice as Ricky Durant will go up against Marco Laflame, and we are off and running here in Edmonton. Ottawa winning the first draw, gets it up to Marco Laflame. Abraham Vico tries to get it across the lawn, gets it picked away. Durant for Edmonton. Gets it over to Vladimir Rescue. Vladimir Rescue with room. Gets in. Shot stopped by Vandelar. It will be Cameron Vandelar in net for Ottawa. And I believe it'll be Aldous Stainthorpe in goal for the Dinos. Durant now again against the Flame in the dot. Durant wins it back. Petrovic knocked away, and Kazimir Blaha will come away for Ottawa. Edmonton now back up with it, trying to exit their zone. Hit there at the line, but Vladimir Rescue tries for the cross-ice pass, and it's picked off by Breckenridge. Back comes Ottawa on the counter. Breckenridge in front. Oh, and it gets deflected away. Battle forward in the corner. Comes to the point to Blaha. Vico down low to the Flame. Oh, and a pad stop there. Breckenridge now up front. Tries to get it through and can't. Vico in front. Shot stopped there. It is Rye in net tonight. Daniel Rye for the Dinos. Simonson will have it. He'll get it poked away. Simonson now coming up to Vladimir Rescue. He'll get to the red line and dump in. First on it is Breckenridge for Ottawa. He'll get it up to Steven Armando. To Blaha. Blaha gets to the red line and dumps it in. First one on it, Stafford Spears. He's pressed to the boards by Laflame. Simonson digs it out of there. Gets it up to Vladimir Rescue to the red line. Now across, entering the zone. Stays wide, goes to the corner. He's belted there by Slavic. Oh, and it's off the post. Conrad McCoy with an opportunity in front, and he clangs it off the iron. Armando will get it deep for Ottawa. Press to the boards there. McCoy will come free. Vladimir Rescue plastered there by Slavic. McCoy now on it. He swoops in with his speed. In front, shot, stop there. Vladimir Rescue looking for the shot, and Vandelar will keep play going. Sundstrom now. Joachim Sundstrom. Gets it to Bobby McNevin on the boards. McNevin poked away in the slot area, and he will trip up the Edmonton Dino there. So we have our first penalty of the game. Bobby McNevin headed to the box for tripping. The trip there, so Edmonton will now head to the power play. Both these teams find themselves tied at the bottom of the Canada division. Durant in front. Oh, and a glove stop by Vandelar. He'll keep play going to Woodard. It'll be Poisaris pressed to the boards there by Woodard. He'll kick it up the boards to Stafford Spears. Diedrich Langenberg tries to get through and can't. Alexander Vesla will get it away for Ottawa. Both these teams at the bottom tied at 1-3. No overtime games for either of these teams. Edmonton's lone win coming against Minnesota. Ottawa's lone win coming just the other night to Boston. No, excuse me. It was to Edmonton. Jeez, what am I thinking? To Edmonton just the other night. So Edmonton looking for a little bit of revenge against the Mounties. Minute gone here on the power play. Langenberg up to McCoy. McCoy to the red line. He'll enter the zone. To Langenberg in the slot. Oh, and a good kick save there by Vandelar. And Ottawa will float it out. Approaching 30 seconds left here on the power play. McCoy will get down there. He's pestered there by Sundstrom on the forecheck. Vesla pokes it away. Vesla, oh, and he tries to center it to Sundstrom. Looked like Vesla just had some room if he would have taken that ice. Langenberg now with room. Poisaris. Oh, and another good stop by Cameron Vandelar. Conrad McCoy into the slot. McCoy. Oh, and a good blocker save there by Vandelar. So Edmonton with great pressure. But the Danish Vandelar able to withstand all the pressure. So we have just 7 seconds left here on this power play. Sorensen will win it back to Westerman. Down low. Shot by Tudor Vladimir Rescue. And now Blaha will come away for Ottawa. Markov up to Sharev. Sharev will get it deep. Westerman first one on it. He's pressed to the boards there by the guilty party, McNevin. Petrovic up to Vladimirescu. He tries to go with speed. Gets to the red line and loses the puck. Bobby McNevin on it for Ottawa. Approaching 8 minutes gone here in the first period. Sundstrom kicks it up the boards. It'll come to the stick of Petrovic. He'll get it up to Sorensen, who will retreat and allow for a line change. Barney Simonson. Oh, and he's bodied there. Casimir Blaha with the hit. Up to Vico. Abraham Vico trying to get room. Shot goes wide. Might have been probably blocked by Janovic in front. Vico now. Shot gets blocked by... That was Breckenridge on the shot. Blocked again. Janovic to Kovac. Kovac crosses the red line. Enters the zone. Gets by Slavic just barely. Gets it out in front. Oh, and they can't get the shot away. It was Campbell looking for a shot in the slot area. LaFlame. Bank it off the boards up to Vico. He'll retreat for a sec. Wait for reinforcements. Get it to LaFlame, who will enter the zone. LaFlame tries to cut to the middle. It's poked away. Up the ice is Campbell. He's bumped there as well. Breckenridge and Campbell fight for it. Slavic now in there. Breckenridge will come away for Ottawa. Breckenridge back to Markov. Niko Markov turns, loses it. And we'll have a penalty here. Another one on Ottawa for a slash there on Markov. Yep, a slash in there on Langenberg. Leading to another power play for the Dinos here. Langenberg will go up against Schneider in the dot. It'll be one back by Langenberg. Stafford Spears into the slot. Scores! Darian Stafford Spears gets his first goal of his career, the defenseman. The face-off draw won by Langenberg. Back to Stafford Spears. He steps in to that high slot area and fires it past Cameron Vandelar. So that second power play does not take long to get Ottawa on the board. They take a lead here, 1-0 at home. Sorensen will turn in his own zone. Up to Alexiev. He'll turn it over. McNevin retreating, looking for an outlet. They'll get it up to Woodard, to Armando. Armando will exit their zone. Get it to the red line, and we'll dump in. First one on it is Petrovic. He's pressed to the boards there by McNevin. And he'll come free to Conrad McCoy for Edmonton. He'll stop and wait. Get it up to Petrovic. They'll get it all the way to the far boards of Sorensen. Sorensen with a little bit of room, and now it's knocked up his stick by Woodard. Still with it. Sorensen shot stopped by Vandelar, and he will hold right there. 7:46 left here in the first. Edmonton on a power play goal by Darian Stafford Spears. McNeil wins the draw away from Langenberg. Shavkovsky, cross ice to Knowles. Beck Knowles will get to the red line, now into the zone. They'll stay wide. Tries to go behind the net, loses it for a sec. Petrovic presses him there. Petrovic kicks it. It'll be Poisaris. Garrett Poisaris almost turns it over. Now Stafford Spears on it. Up to Langenberg. Diedrich Langenberg. Cross ice turned over. Tony McNeil tries to turn the other way. Gets it up to Beck Knowles, and he turns it over. Now another turnover. This leads to a rush. Langenberg stopped by Vandelar. Poisaris and Langenberg on the rush there for Edmonton. Gets snuffed out by Cameron Vandelar, the goaltender for Ottawa. Ottawa leading the physicality. 9 hits, just a 3 for Edmonton. But on the important scoreboard, Edmonton leads 1-0. Just passing 6:30 left here in the first. Knowles loses it, but it comes right to his teammate Carl Franks. Franks will turn. Get it up to Markov. Markov at the red line. Will now enter the zone. Tries to flip it deep, and it's deflected. First one on it is Simonson for Edmonton. He'll lose it to Markov behind the net. They'll battle there. Markov in front. Oh, and a good stop there by Daniel Rye. Not sure who it was floating in there. Might have been Vesla. Barney Simonson now. Durant scores! A good setup there by Barney Simonson as Ricky Durant snaps it right by Cameron Vandelar. And Edmonton now finds themselves up 2-0 here in the late stages of the first period. Durant against Schneider. Durant will win it back. Olfsson now with it. He'll get it up to Durant. Over to Vladimirescu, looking for some more goals here. Vladimirescu is knocked to the ice. Loses his helmet. He's got to skate back to the bench to get another one. Durant will keep the fight on against Slavic. Sharev away for Ottawa. He'll dump it in deep. First one on it is Olfsson. Joel Olfsson tries to kick it up the boards. And now to come all the way back to Blaha. Shot by Vesla right into the stomach of Daniel Rye. Ozul's now will go up against LaFlame in the dot. And Ozul's able to get the tie-up. Janovic floats in to get it for Edmonton. He'll go cross-ice to Campbell. Campbell met there by Vico. Comes to Ozul's. Ozul's tripped up there, and another penalty coming up against the Mounties. A trip there by Breckenridge, their goal scorer. Major goal scorer, I should say. And captain, unhappy with the call. You could make an argument that he was being interfered with by Kovac, but I think that's the right call, the trip there, knocking over Ozul's. Langenberg now will go up against Sundstrom. Tie up, McCoy gets it, but now Shavkovsky will get the turnover and flip it out of the Ottawa zone. 3:30 left here in the first. Most of that will be our power play time here. So Edmonton will now enter the zone. McCoy staying wide. Langenberg, all off the crossbar. Diedrich Langenberg beats Vandelar, but unable to get it into the back of the net. Westerman up to Langenberg. He'll get it to McCoy on the near boards. He'll turn and go back in his own zone. Langenberg loses it to Shavkovsky. He'll flip it, turned over to Langenberg. Oh, and Langenberg turns it right back over to Shavkovsky. He was trying to get the stretch pass to Poiseris. Jack Westerman up to McCoy. They got a 2-on-1 here. McCoy loses it. Oh, he had Langenberg, but Blaha, the great stick, gets that away. 2.5 minutes left here in the first. Schneider shot does not get to Rye. McCoy belted there. Is Shavkovsky with a big hit. Flipped all the way down. Stafford Spears will be on it. He'll get it up to Langenberg. Stafford Spears with the power play goal here earlier in the first. Simonson to Langenberg. Popped up in the air. And Ottawa clears it away from that slot area. It'll go all the way down with just 6 seconds left here on the power play. Durant up to Sorensen. Ralph Sorensen tries to enter the zone, and he will. He'll have it along the boards. Loses it to Vico, and now Breckenridge, the guilty party on the penalty just minutes ago, gets belted there by Stafford Spears. Turned over to Simonson, now to Sorensen. To Durant, to Stafford Spears. Darren Stafford Spears turning. He loses it for a second. He'll kick it up and just get it out of the zone to force Ottawa to retreat. Sorensen pestering Woodard there. Oh, he hits him right along the benches there. LaFlame backs up in the neutral zone. Woodard at center ice loses it. Stafford Spears the first one to skate to it. He's got it in the corner. Looks to center. Vladimirescu stopped by Vandelar. And then another shot. That one by Sorensen. It was stopped again by Vandelar, and he will hold there with just 2.3 left here in the first. And Ozul's will win it back. Shot. Blocker save there, as that will end the first period of action here from Edmonton. So 2 goals on the board there. Stafford Spears with 1. And then Ricky Durant here with the second. Burying it past Cameron Vandelar, the Ottawa netminder. So we head to our first intermission. Edmonton 2, Ottawa nothing. We'll be right back with you, folks. All right, and we are right back to the Alberta Dome here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. The Dinos, with a good first period, 16 shots on net to Ottawa's 4, helped by the 3 power plays Edmonton had, has led to a 2-0 lead. But now Ottawa on the first attack of the period has an opportunity there, and they can't get it through Daniel Rye. Puck will hop to the corner. Vico out front to LaFlame. Vico now in the slot, gets it knocked away. Petrovic up to Simonson. Simonson to Stafford Spears. Stafford Spears loses it to Blaha. Blaha with room. LaFlame shot stopped by Ryan, and then he scores on the rebound. Marco LaFlame. Hard-nosed hockey there as he sticks with his rebound and pokes it by Daniel Rye. to get us to a 2-1 game here early. Just a minute gone. Minute 4 gone here in the second period. One there by Durant. Durant to Simonson. Stafford Spears now already with the goal tonight. Oh, and it's blocked away in front. Breckenridge with room. Gets to the blue line. Pestered there by Simonson. And it'll be turned over finally. Vladimirescu had Simonson for a second, but decided not to pass it. Now he's got Simonson. Oh, and Blaha picks that one off. Had Simonson again cutting to the net. Couldn't get it through. Laflame, the goal scorer here for Ottawa, gets it up to Breckenridge. Breckenridge loses it to Durant. Durant skates in his own now and gets up to Stafford Spears. Stafford Spears loses it at the blue line. Still with it now. It'll get poked to the boards. Vladimirescu in front. Oh, can't get the shot away. It comes on net to Vandelar, but Vladimirescu not really able to get the shot away as it just floats harmlessly to Cameron Vandelar. So now Sundstrom against Sorensen here in the dot. Sorensen will win it back. Janovic blown up there. Steven Armando looking to get free of the defenseman. Janovic presses him to the boards. It'll get up to Alexiev. Alexiev gets it poked away for a second. Now Janovic on it. It'll get over to McCoy, and he's blasted there. Slavic with the big hit. McCoy sticks on the ice. And now Steven Armando. Oh, tries to cut back to the middle, and it's poked away. McCoy back with it after the big hit. Sorensen, and he's laid out there by Sundstrom. And a shoulder save there by Vandelar, and he will squeeze it right there in the trapper. Back to the faceoff dot here in the Ottawa zone. We won back by Azules and Edmonton. Oh, and a slap shot there. Believe that is Campbell. And a blocker stop by Vandelar. Knocked away. Kovac with it. He'll lose it for a sec. Edmonton turning in their own zone. And it'll come just offside. The Shavkovsky tries to bring it in. Will be offsides. We'll go right back outside the Edmonton zone for a faceoff. One back by Schneider. Will be up to Vesla now. Vesla will flip it in. Biondi, the defenseman for Edmonton, first one on it. Biondi turns it over to Sheriff. Schneider in front, and it stopped there. Westerman will turn in his own zone, kick it to the boards. Biondi now with it. He'll get it up to Kovac. Kovac looking to get out of his own zone, and he skates free. He enters the zone now, poked away for a second there by Franks. And now onto the stick of Westerman. Biondi at the point. Down to Campbell. Ozul stopped there by Vandelar. Vesla will now come free for Ottawa. Franks up to Sharev. Sharev to Schneider. Schneider with room. Markov. Shot. Oh, and a pad save there. Rye kicking out that right blocker to make the save. Schneider now in the slot. Can't get the shot away, and we are going to have a slashing call there in the slot area as Garrett Poisaris, the guilty party this time. So Laflame will go up against Alexiev in the dot, and Alexiev wins it away to Olfsson, and Olfsson will flip it all the way down. Force Ottawa to come back 200 feet. Franks up to Breckenridge, up to Vico. Vico now to Laflame. Laflame, the lone goal scorer for Ottawa tonight. Vico will retreat in the neutral zone, get it cross ice to McNevin. He'll try to enter. McNevin shot gloved by Rye, and he will hold right there. Laflame again against Alexiev. And Alexiev wins it back for Edmonton. Back to Olfsson. He'll flip it all the way down. First one on it is Franks. He'll get it cross ice to Breckenridge, up to Vico. Abraham Vico. Enters the blue line, loses it now to Olfsson. Olfsson to Kovac. Turned over. Laflame in the slot. Stopped by Rye. And then on the rebound, Laflame couldn't get it on net. Oh, and he tried to flip it out front to Breckenridge, but it hits off the side of the cage. And they will flip it out. Ottawa now just down to 45 seconds left here on the power play. Franks buried there by Alexiev behind his own net. Bobby McNevin Up across the blue line. He'll stop, turn, tries to center and gets knocked off. Vico down to Breckenridge. He'll get a cross ice to Franks. Vico, shot from the high slot, gets knocked down by Rye. LaFlame now in front. Shot, tries to go short side, and Rye wise to that. Vico down to Breckenridge. Up high to Franks. Cross ice, missed pass there. Janovic tried to get it up to Ozul's, or excuse me, to Biondi to get it out, and he can't. LaFlame with just 2 seconds. They score! Is that going to count on the power play? LaFlame sets up Breckenridge. It was coming right as the power play was about to end. Yes, it is going to count as a power play goal. I think there was 1 second left on that power play. So Breckenridge buries it past on the assist by Marco LaFlame. McCoy will retreat in his own zone, now get it up to Stafford Spears. So after a good first period, we're all knotted back up at 2. Alexiev down to Stafford Spears and a stop by Vandelar, and he will hold right there. Edmonton with 21 shots so far in the game. Only 2 have been able to squeak past the Ottawa goaltender. One there, Petrovic, over to Simonson, to Vladimirescu in the high slot. Shot, doesn't get to Vandelar. Turned over, Simonson gets denied there by Vandelar. Duran now swoops in. I believe it's Schneider in the dot. Simonson now in the slot, gets it knocked away. Sharev up to Vesla. Alexander Vesla enters the blue line, gets it to Sharev. Shot just goes wide. Rye might have got a piece of that, but I think it was just going wide. Sharev behind the net, turns it over. Stafford Spears up to Petrovic. Petrovic will turn it over. Schneider then can't get a shot away in the high slot. Vladimirescu still with it. Vladimirescu to Petrovic, down to Simonson, then they score! Simonson sets up another Ricky Durant goal as Edmonton finds themselves back up by a goal, leading 3-2 on the goal by Ricky Durant. So Edmonton, after Ottawa had clawed themselves back to even, get some separation again, getting a 1-goal lead here at home. Just crossed the 9-minute mark here of the second period. We will have an offside, bring it outside the Ottawa zone. Hope you're enjoying our afternoon bit of Sunday hockey here as the Edmonton Dinos host the Ottawa Mounties. We have 3 games coming up today. We have this afternoon and then 2 evening games tonight. Boston will be in Minnesota for an America Division matchup, and then Montreal heads to Calgary. We had that great game earlier in the week, and now they will do the same, flipped to the western side of the state. Back here action, 8 minutes left here in the second period. Poisaris will get the turnover there for Edmonton. He'll get to the red line, pass it cross ice to Langenberg. It'll be knocked out of the zone. Petrovic will now try to enter. He'll flip it down. First one onto the Slavic. Slavic will put it on net to his own goaltender, and Vandelar able to hold on to that one, gets it free to Knowles. Back Knowles tries to get it deep. We picked up there by Petrovic. He's pressed to the boards. Bassani will come in to help. Stafford Spears now away with it for Edmonton. Langenberg to the blue line. Still with it. Bassani. Oh, and a glove stop by Vandelar. Basile Bassani had an opportunity there in the low slot. Can't get it by the netminder. Back to the face-off dot will be Sorensen against the Flames. Sorensen wins it back. Westerman to Biondi. McCoy in the slot. He scores! Not sure what happened to miscommunication defensively, but they just leave Conrad McCoy, the sniper, all alone in the slot. So Biondi and Westerman will get the 2 assists there as Conrad McCoy buries it past Vandelar. And so they entered the period with a 2-goal lead. They lost it. And now with 2 quick goals, Edmonton finds themselves back up 2 here at home. Vico tries to get it to LaFlame, and it goes all the way through. Vico now back on it to Alexiev. McCoy for Edmonton. McCoy enters the zone with room. Shot blocked away by Vandelar. It'll be Shavkovsky on it. Up to Breckenridge. He gets bumped off. Now Shavkovsky to Vico, who will lose it back into his own zone. Turned over by Shavkovsky. Alexiev had it for a second. He loses it. LaFlame gets it poked away. Ralph Sorensen Up to the blue line. He'll flip it in. Shavkovsky gets it to the corner. Armando. Oh, and he'll lose it for a sec. It'll be Franks. Up to Breckenridge. Poked away there at the blue line. Armando will turn and go for a skate. Tries to get back up ice. He'll get it up to LaFlame, who will lose it for a sec. Franks on it. To Shavkovsky to Breckenridge. Breckenridge with one of the 2 goals here for Ottawa tonight. Biondi gets it up to Campbell. Campbell enters the zone. Gets it to Kovac. Down low. Oh, and they couldn't set it up there. And a trip here on Edmonton. So Ottawa will head to the power play. It's the trip on Jack Westerman. Just picked up an assist on the most recent goal by McCoy. So Edmonton with goals from Stafford Spears and Durant in the first period, and then followed up by goals with Durant, his second of the night, and Conrad McCoy. Ottawa goals from LaFlame and Breckenridge on the power play. Stafford Spears' goal for Edmonton was on the power play. Edmonton looking for another opportunity here to get through and get it back to a 1-goal game. Belay will get it up to Armando. Steven Armando enters the zone. To Sundstrom. Oh, and a pad stop there by Rye. Sundstrom with a good opportunity there in the slot. Just gets kicked out by Daniel Rye. Blaha will have it. He'll get it up to Sundstrom. Steven Armando enters the zone. Stays wide for a sec. Gets to the corner down low. Sundstrom. And he scores! Sundstrom able to beat Rye on the far side. I believe that's the blocker side for Daniel Rye. And Joachim Sundstrom set up by Steven Armando and Kazimir Blaha. We are right back to a 1-goal game here, folks. Over 22 minutes left in this game. 2 minutes left remaining in this period alone. Kovac now to the unsuccessful kill. Taken away there. Bobby McNevin for Ottawa. Looking to get things even back up. He'll get it and flip it in. Stafford Spears the first one on it. He'll get it up to Campbell. Campbell to Kovac. Kovac poked away for a second. Now centers to Petrovic. Oh, and a stop by Vandelar. It's loose in front. And he gets a glove on it, and he will hold right there. It was loose just for a second in that blue paint. But a Dino unable to get their stick to connect with it, to put it through. Durant against Schneider in the draw. Simonson will get it away. Vladimirescu tries to go short side and it's knocked away. Simonson up high. Stafford Spears back to Simonson. Barney Simonson down low to Durant. Simonson now. Shot gets knocked away. Luke Schneider. Is Simonson slow to get up? He's finally back to his skates and he will skate down ice, try to get back in the play. Vesla for Ottawa, pump it deep. Stafford Spears on it for Edmonton. Just 30 seconds left here in the second period. 1-goal game here. Edmonton leading 4-3 at home. Sharev for Ottawa. Gets it up to Blaha. Blaha loses it but gets it right back. Vesla tries to cut in and he'll lose it to Stafford Spears. Stretch pass to Simonson. He'll enter the blue line with 2-1 and a glove stop by Vandelar. And he will hold there with 1.2. They will take a face-off just to kill the rest of the time here in the second period. And it will be won away by LaFlame and Ottawa, and that will send us to a third period of a 1-goal game here between the Mounties and the Dinos. So 4-3, 3 goals there by Ottawa, 2 from Edmonton will send us to the third and final period right after this intermission. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are right back for our final 20 minutes of action here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada at the Alberta Dome. Edmonton enters the period leading 4-3 on the Dinos. Or excuse me, on the Mounties, my fault. That'll be offsides on the Dinos there. Ottawa scoring 3 by LaFlame, Breckenridge, and Sundstrom. Edmonton's 4 goals coming to Stafford Spears, 2 in a row by Durant, and then the 4th one by Conrad McCoy. So we head to the third period with a 1-goal game. LaFlame in. Shot stopped by Rye. Rebound available. LaFlame, another stop there by Daniel Rye. It'll pop to the corner where Vladimirescu will pick it up. He'll get it cross ice. Now Vladimirescu back to center. He'll get it up to Simonson. Simonson with room to Durant. He scores! Ricky Durant with the hat trick here at home. Barney Simonson sets him up again. What a shot there by Ricky Durant. Just over a minute in to this third and final period. Edmonton will take the lead 5-3. Now back to a 2-goal game. But Ottawa, we've seen this before. They fought back. Are they going to be able to get 2 in the last 18:40 to get it back to even and possibly a chance to win this game, or at least come away with a point? Durant coming in wide. He'll lose it. Abraham Vico. He'll be tripped up by Simonson. Touched up there by Stafford Spears. Believe it is Simonson on the trip. It will be Barney Simonson. The captain of the Dinos guilty of the trip there. So Ottawa 100% today on the power play. Edmonton needing a kill to keep this a 2-goal game. 18:05 left here in the third and final frame. It'll be one back. Schneider tries to deflect in front and stopped there by Rye. Schneider deflected it, ended up knocking right down to his feet. He picks it up and flips it on net, and Daniel Rye able to come up with the save there. Sharev will win it back against Alexiev. Blaha gets it blocked in front. Oh, and then a shot goes wide from Sharev. Armando. Oh, and it gets kicked up over the glass. Schneider had an opportunity with a one-timer in front. And it'll get deflected up and out of play. So we'll get a reset here. Campbell now against Sharev, and Campbell wins it back. Armando bodies him there. And it'll get out for Edmonton. 90 seconds left here on the power play for Ottawa. Belay over to Blaha. Gets it up to Tony McNeil. Tony McNeil. Cross ice to Schneider. Schneider loses it, and it'll be offsides by Peter Belay. Sharev ready to face off against Alexiev. Alexiev will win it back for Edmonton. Olfsson will get it out of their zone. Force Ottawa to regroup. Belay up to Sharev. Off the boards up to Schneider. Schneider loses it to Janovic, and Janovic gets it all the way back down into the Ottawa zone. Belay over to Sharev to Schneider. Schneider. Shot knocked away down in front, and it'll come on net to Rye, and he will hold right there. Alexiev against Sundstrom in the dot. Sundstrom wins it back, and a shot there. Stopped. Breckenridge behind the net. Tries to get it out front. McNevin can't get it through. They'll battle for it there. It'll stay in. Oh no, they just got it out of the zone as Vico flipped it back in. Edmonton now gets control of it, gets it all the way down. 15 seconds left here remaining on the power play. Breckenridge with it. He's got a goal already tonight. Breckenridge across the blue line. He's pressed there by Olfsson. It'll come to Edmonton, and Kovac will get it out as the power play comes to an end. So good penalty kill there by Edmonton. Not allowing much through. Sundstrom tries to enter the zone. He's got room. Shot. He scores! Joachim Sundstrom comes up with his second goal of the game. And we're right back to a 1-goal game here in Edmonton. Sundstrom, right after the power play had concluded, he fires one past Daniel Rye. 15:41. Set up by Franks and Breckenridge. Stafford Spears gets it in. It'll be deflected all the way down. Blaha to Vico. He's pressed to the boards there by Vladimirescu. Slavic looking to come away with it. Up to Vico. Abraham Vico enters the zone. Gets it back to Sundstrom looking for a hat trick, and he's stopped there by Daniel Rye. Here comes Sundstrom now on the hunt for that hat trick. Alan Breckenridge has 2 already this season. 2 hat tricks. He'll need two more here tonight to get his third on the season. Sundstrom against Durant in the dot. Durant wins it back. Stafford Spears will turn in his own zone, get it up to Durant. Durant almost turns it over, but it'll come to Barney Simonson. Barney Simonson will flip it in deep. It'll be Slavic on it. Vladan Slavic turns, loses it. Vladimirescu. Oh, and it just goes wide. Looked like he had Vandelar beat. Simonson turns it over to Blaha. Blaha up to Breckenridge. Breckenridge gets it poked back. Slavic will retrieve it for Ottawa. He'll get it cross ice to Blaha up to Vico. Abraham Vico gets it to Breckenridge. Alan Breckenridge. Shot. Blocker saved by Rye. Alexiev to Durant. Durant loses it to Blaha. They press at the boards at the blue line. Blaha will kick it back down and into his own zone. 13 minutes left here in the third period. We have a one-goal game again. Our third time tonight with the one-goal game. Durant tries to get it through and Blaha will take it away. Vesla, our fourth time with a one-goal game, I guess. Sharev will stop. Blocked off there was Vesla. He's pressed there by Stafford Spears. A turnover by Vesla to Sorensen. He'll get it up to McCoy, who has a goal tonight. He's bodied by Shavkovsky. Shavkovsky, the first one on it for Ottawa. He'll get it up to Franks, who will lose it. It'll come on net to Vandelar, and he will just trap it right there and stop play from going any further. Schneider against Langenberg in the draw. Langenberg wins it back. Gets it cross ice to Janovic. Janovic loses it. Nicholas Sharev now. 2-on-1, maybe a 3-on-2 materializing. Franks, shot, stopped by Rye. Gets it to the trailer. Carl Franks, and he is unable to beat the American goaltender. Langenberg now will go up against Sundstrom in the dot. Langenberg wins it back to Olofsson. Olofsson will turn it over. Sundstrom now with it behind the net. He'll get it out front. Oh, and turned over to Janovic, looking for the centering pass, and Janovic reads that, takes away that slot area. Olofsson now, the defenseman for Edmonton, will get it up to Poisaris. He'll turn it over at the blue line. McNevin gives it over Shavkovsky. Shavkovsky to Armando. Armando probing, gets it to the center. Shavkovsky, oh, it gets behind Ryan. He will hold it there. Shavkovsky, the defenseman, coming in as the trailer. Looks like that's Ottawa's strategy right now. Attack, wait for that defenseman or third forward to come in as the trailer. Shot gets blocked away. It was Woodard looking for the shot in the high slot. Campbell now. Campbell gets it to the middle. Kovac. Ozul scores! Philip Ozuls! So Edmonton right back to a 2-goal lead as their third line comes up with something big for the Dinos here. Kovac and Campbell setting up the assists on the goal by Philip Ozuls. Biondi gets it up to Ozuls. Ozuls will stop, center to Kovac, and it'll be stopped by Vandelar. So Vandelar with a great performance the other night against Edmonton, giving up just 3 goals. I believe he had something like 40 or 41 saves in that game, if I'm not mistaken. Has not been able to replicate that here tonight, and that's been the unfortunate deal with the Mounties and their goaltenders. He has been inconsistent this season so far. Ozuls to Biondi. Biondi will get it up to Kovac. Kovac will enter the line. He'll stop, turn, get it back to Westerman. Westerman to Kovac. Kovac gets it blocked away. Markov will now have it for Ottawa. He'll turn it over. Woodard gets it up ice to McNeil. McNeil tries to center. Will just get the shot on net anyway, and Rye will hold that one and stop it. Looked like he was stopping to try to center, but he stops to pull up for the shot, and McNeil gets shut down by Daniel Rye. So a 6-4 game here, under 8 minutes left. Ottawa in desperate need of another one in the next probably 3 minutes here. Feel like they have a legit shot at coming back to tie and possibly win this game. Simonson will turn it over to Belay. Peter Belay to Schneider. Schneider pestered there by Vladimirescu and finally turned over. Vladimirescu now away with it. He'll get to the blue line. Stays wide. Centers to Simonson, and it's blocked away by Belay. Schneider now. Schneider will get to the blue line. They'll come in. Center to Vesla. Oh, and Biondi will block that one away. It'll be Ricky Durant for Edmonton. Ricky Durant stops, pauses. Now has it in the high slot. Tries to get it down to Vladimirescu. Durant with it again. Oh, and he just can't get the shot away. He had Vandelar beat. Just couldn't get his stick back on the puck to put it through. Petrovic down to Vladimirescu. Good pressure here by Edmonton as Ottawa in danger. Belay will battle with it there. And Ottawa finally gets it clear. As we will have 5.5 left here in the third. Petrovic will turn. Look to get it up ice. He's bodied there. Breckenridge turns it over to Vladimirescu. He tries to go off the boards. Turns it over to Sundstrom. Breckenridge. Vico. Oh, and a glove stop there. Knocked out in front. Sorensen and Vico fight for it. Vico up to Belay. Down low to Sundstrom. Can't get the shot away. McCoy now has it. He'll get it up to Sorensen, approaching the 4-minute mark here of the third. Sorensen. 2 Mounties meet him there. Breckenridge. Now to Vico. Vico for Ottawa. Staying wide. Will go to the corner. He's watched there by Stafford Spears. And a good stick there by Stafford Spears. He'll kick it to the opposite corner, but Sundstrom, the first one on it for Ottawa. Breckenridge gets bumped off the puck there. It'll be McCoy trying to come across the line. He'll get bodied there by Blaha. Blaha continues to pound him. Steven Armando now. Armando will flip it all the way down. And it'll be Dmitry Petrovic up off the boards to Kovac. Kovac to Alexiev. Sorensen. Bodied there by Blaha. Vladan Slavic gets it to Armando. Armando to Sundstrom. Here comes Sundstrom. To Armando in the slot. Oh, and he just can't get the shot away. Sorensen on the stretch pass. Now McNevin on the turnover there for Ottawa. Blaha up to Sundstrom. Sundstrom now under 2 minutes left. Ottawa needing something. They center. Shot gets blocked away. It was Vesla in the slot area. Janovic now with it. He'll get it to Ozuls. He'll get it into the zone. Slavic to Blaha. He'll get it up to Vesla. Get poked out of the zone. Sundstrom now will enter. Shot. Stop there. Sharev another shot and wise to that. So under a minute, Vandelar is headed to the bench. Ozuls turns it over. Sharev back to Shavkovsky. Shavkovsky. Get it to Sharev out front. Oh, and it's knocked away. And it stays in the zone. Breckenridge backhand. Not going to get through. Vasil Bassani gets it poked away. And now he's back on it. He shoots. Oh, and it just goes wide. Blaha will get on it for Ottawa. To Breckenridge. 30 seconds left here in Edmonton. Poisaris now gets the turnover. Garrett Poisaris tries to get the shot away and can't. It'll be Tony McNeil up to Sundstrom. Sundstrom with room. Vesla, he scores! Alexander Vesla. So 21 seconds left here in Edmonton. Ottawa makes it a 1-goal game. Durant wins it back. Olfsson holds there. They're keeping Vandelar in the net for now. Shavkovsky now with just 10 seconds. Gets it up to Markov. There goes Vandelar. They have the extra attacker on. Vladimirescu takes away to Simonson. Oh, and it's blocked away. It's going to go wide of the net. Franks will pick it up, but that is going to do it. So the Dinos get revenge for their loss just a couple nights ago to these same Ottawa Mounties. They're able to come home and get a victory here at home in Edmonton, winning 6-5 in a very hotly contested and very good game by two of the teams at the bottom of the Canada division. Blaha with a big hit on Ozuls. Poisaris on the empty net couldn't get it through. That led to a goal the other way for Vesla. And here we'll see it here. Vesla in front, and he scores there, beating Daniel Rise. So that's going to do it for our coverage here. We do have our next game will be in Minnesota later tonight. So no rush over there. It's going to be an evening game. Here we are in the afternoon. As Boston, the Yachts, will head into Minnesota to take on the Norse. First time those teams will meet each other in the America Division. So we'll be right back with post-game coverage right after this quick intermission. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for post-game coverage. No rush. We don't have a game till later this evening, so we'll be able to stick around here for a little bit. The Edmonton Dinos here at home in the Alberta Dome get a win against the Ottawa Mounties, a team they lost to just 3 days ago, losing by a score of, 5-3, if I'm not mistaken, 6-3. So now Edmonton able to get the win 6-5 over the Mounties here at home. As we take a look at the team stats, 32 shots for Edmonton, just 29 for Ottawa, 37 hits from Ottawa, very heavy performance there, only 22 from Edmonton. Face-offs, Edmonton with, almost, see, let's do the math, that'd be 47, so they win basically 2/3 of those power plays there. And penalty minutes, even Ottawa able to come up with 2 power play goals, Edmonton only to come away with the 1 by Stafford Spears. And now we head to our team stats. We'll start with our victors tonight, the home team, the Edmonton Dinos. Ricky Durant with a hat trick tonight on just 4 shots with 2 hits as well, ending up with a +1 on the afternoon. Simonson assists on all 3 of those goals by Ricky Durant. He comes away with a +2, 2 shots and 2 penalty minutes. Campbell with a +1 and an assist. Biondi +2 and an assist. And then goals, McCoy and Ozuls. Assists go to Kovac, Westerman, Olfsson, Langenberg, Vladimirescu, and Petrovic. And then Stafford Spears right at the bottom of the list with a goal as well. So Poisaris, Bassani, Alexiev, Sorensen, and Janovic. The only 5 unable to come up with a point here tonight. Take a look at our hits. Stafford Spears with 4. I felt like Olfsson had more, but they're having just down for 2. So again, not the heaviest performance from Edmonton hitting-wise. They're not really known as a heavy-hitting team, but anyway, Daniel Rye now, the goaltender in net for Edmonton, comes up with another meh performance. The bright side for Edmonton is this meh performance comes away with a win for the team. 29 shots against, only coming up with 24 saves for an 828 save percentage, giving up 5 goals on the evening. So that's it for Edmonton. We head over to Ottawa. Sundstrom with a great game, 2 goals and an assist. Breckenridge, a goal and an assist. And Laflame, who was injured, I believe in the second period there, comes away with a goal and an assist. Blaha, 2 assists. Franks with an assist. Vesla, a goal. And then McNeil and Armando with assists as well. Vico, you still see him sort of struggling to get on the scorer sheet. I don't know what's going on, if maybe this isn't a fit for him up here in Ottawa, but it hasn't seemed to click to this point for him. Some minuses, Belay. Armando, despite getting an assist, was a -2. Surev, Woodard, Schneider, Shabkovsky, Slavic, all -1s. Sundstrom, the only plus on the score sheet today. Hits, Blaha with 12. Great performance there by him. Slavic and Shabkovsky 4 apiece. And then Sundstrom with 3 as well. And then the goaltending, Vandelar, kind of reverting back to his inconsistent ways. 32 shots against, only able to save 26, giving up 6 goals for an 813 save percentage. So very disappointing again for Vandelar tonight. We'll now head to our goal scorers tonight. Take a peek at this. Edmonton, after the first, takes a 2-0 lead on goals by Stafford Spears, that one on the power play, and Ricky Durant, set up by Simonson and Olfsson. Ottawa firing right back with 2 of their own, Laflame and Breckenridge. Breckenridge, that one on the power play with just 1 second left to tie the game up. Then Edmonton decides, we're done with this whole tie stuff. About 3 minutes later, they come up with 2 goals in 2 minutes there from Durant and McCoy. Sundstrom, right before the period ends, gets it back to a 1-goal game. And then the third period even, with 2 goals for Edmonton by Durant and Ozuls, and 2 by Ottawa with Sundstrom and Vesla getting the goals here tonight. So that's going to do us here for us this afternoon from Edmonton. Again, the Dinos coming away with a 6-5 win, pushing them ahead of Ottawa at the bottom of the conference, bottom of the division, but they will still do battle Edmonton now, seeing if they can catch their Alberta rivals in Calgary. That's their next site to see if they can hop into 3rd place in the division. So that's going to do it for us here this afternoon. Remember, we got 2 games this evening coming up. Boston at Minnesota, and then the Montreal Mammoths at Calgary. We get a rematch of that great game that we had just a couple nights ago. So thank you folks for joining us. We'll see you next time.